And that's a sand check.
All right.
For both of us?
Yeah, if you both looked at it, yeah. Because you feel that, again, that lurching feeling of going too fast in an elevator and settling.
I failed.
Okay, 1d4.
I failed.
2.
1.
Your body is responding negatively to what you've just seen. Your mind is racing, especially, both of you are intelligent because you're both like computer hacker and a physician. And the idea of a 7-foot tall form coming out of a thing on a bike this big and then going in through a window. And then it's silent. And it is now 1:45 a.m. It feels as though time has. Maybe you were just entranced by it.
What do we do?
I think we go bang on the door.
That was my instinct too. Back, I'm gonna replay what I recorded. See if it's there. See if I see it.
Yeah, you started up and you see it. You started recording at the point it hit the ground and started walking.
Yeah.
And it looks like this flat and yet not shadow, black form, blacker than the darkness, walking and then into the window.
All right. I mean, we're supposed to not expose anybody to any of this stuff, if possible. You think this is the first time it's gone into the house? I don't know. I don't know if it's a good idea. By the way, I'm going to start moving back towards the front.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe we sleep on it and...
Cautiously, it takes a little longer, or else you would need to do a stealth roll. Or you can go faster.
No,
Try that.
we'll take our time. More research. Maybe. We know what it sort of looks like. At least, it seems to move through things like that deal with light. Maybe? I don't know. So that window it went through, that was one of the bedrooms?
No, it was the enclosed porch area.
Oh, okay.
The glass was black, because it was the lights were off, and it into it.
Yeah.
Okay, so are we going back over the fence and
The wall?
the wall?
That's up to you guys. What
Yes,
do you wanna
that's the plan. We're cautiously
Carefully and cautiously.
carefully coming back up, and I'll help her over.
Yeah.
do? Okay. Yeah, you make it over. You look around. Sounds quiet. Doesn't look like anybody has seen you.
Ooh,
Unless someone has cameras somewhere you don't know.
Right. Well, either way, we'll muscle out.
Make it over to your car and
I get in the back seat and I wrap my ankle and then pop one of the ice packs, put it on my ankle,
okay.
and I sit in the back seat with my leg up.
All right.
Let's see if we can find.
So roll. Do you have first aid or medicine?
Yes.
I think so.
So as a physician, which one are you better at?
Well, first aid says I have marked 80% and then plus 20% first 4 rolls.
Okay. So you're wrapping it and doing all that. So make that roll.
6.
Do 1d3.
Two.
Okay. You're able to soothe and recover 2 hit points. So
I'm back to my max.
I want to try and find someplace like a gas
penalty
station.
still at 10.
Huh?
Penalty still at 10 for dexterity or
Yeah.
athletic.
Okay.
Gas station parking lot or another like quiet fast food place or something where we can stop.
Yeah.
That's not too far from the house if possible.
Okay.
And send the drone back into that neighborhood
All right.
and just see if there's any police that come out or anything like that.
Okay.
Wait like neighborhood like that, probably 15-minute response time. Wait 15 minutes.
And
If
Well-
everything's quiet, then I'll bring it back.
he's doing that. I'm going to search on some occult message boards
Are you,
Okay.
are you freaking-
for entity that can come in and out of reflective material.
Okay. So sending the drone up, and you have it circling like above the Bernier house or in that neighborhood?
No, just over the neighborhood.
Oh, to see if you see
Just so I
lights.
can see the street.
Okay.
Not even that close.
No lights, no sirens,
Nothing.
nothing's called.
Then
It's
I'll
quiet.
bring it back.
Okay. Searching the message boards on occult sites for any kind of entity that goes through mirrors. I mean, there's hundreds of them. They all share that same characteristic. I mean, there are some that look like, there's Bloody Mary, and then there's some that look like a little girl, and then there are some that are like
How about
black.
Greek ones?
You have an abundance of.
Okay, can
Things.
I narrow the search down to Florida or Florida sightings or Tampa sightings?
Roll an intelligence as you search for that. Yeah, you search, and there are, you see, there are sightings. You see cryptids, Slendermen, all that stuff you see. So you do find things, but you're not really finding things that are completely connected to this thing that you've seen.
Okay.
It's 2:30 a.m.
Head back to the hotel, I guess.
It is a Monday, the 12th. And you're going to try to get some sleep, is
Yeah.
what you're saying? You too, or?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, so you both fall asleep. You wake up. You're no longer exhausted. So
Okay.
that penalty goes away. And it's whatever time you want it to
What
be.
about the ankle sprain one?
That'll stay for a while because you overexert yourself, then stuff can shift. You can
Okay.
re-bruise things.
Can I check my email to see if I've gotten a response from the newspaper people?
The Facebook or the email? The
Email and Facebook.
Okay. Nothing from the email. It shows that your message has been read.
On Facebook?
What in my experience or our experience, have we been told or instructed about involving like friendlies or other people and things?
Well, if you know local friendlies, you can try to engage them to assist. Since you're an agent, a federal agent, you have that whole road to take. It's just a matter of how convincing you can be or if people ask questions.
Right. I think we're at the point where we have to interact with them through some kind of subterfuge. I mean, the only, if this thing's going in there, it's doing something, if it's tied to something in the house, like, I don't think there's a lot we can find out outside the house at this point. We know there's something there, and it's obviously related to these symbols. Did you try and, research the whole grease angle again with the gnosis thing with the
I don't think I did specifically.
shadow
No.
creature or anything?
No.
Mm-mm.
Light, darkness or anything?
No.
No.
Maybe we should try to do that. I don't know. It just I'm just really curious. Like, so how long ago did the symbol appear? What was the date?
On the article, the news article?
Yeah. Doesn't say, does it?
It was, I believe, a week. The news article happened.
Tuesday.
A couple days later, you got your brochures. So it's been less than a week. Well, now since it's Monday the 12th, and it's going.
So it would have been like Well, now it's 6:12. Okay, so yeah, we've been here through the whole long weekend, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
So it would have been that Monday before, probably. Okay.
Yeah.
I wonder what changed. I wonder what happened. Is that when they're? Do we notice when their summer break started, or was it before that?
The summer break starts. Does it still start in June when people
Oh, okay.
do
Yeah,
that
this
full?
would be like we're getting towards the end of it.
Did you notice when you had the drone footage where the fire was?
The fire.
Because there was a fire.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't. Yeah, that's right. I don't notice any of that. Did I?
No, it was dark.
No fire
so
damage.
If there was, it was dark. You didn't see any where there was
Small
light.
fire was also reported. And it's Monday now. Should we just go to this newspaper?
Yeah. Let's go. So, how far away is Tallahassee?
Is there? Can we look up the police report?
That's 4 hours, Tallahassee.
I mean, you're a hacker.
Okay,
Everything's,
we'll try.
or you
Try
know,
and get the. I don't know. There's certain things are going to be public. From the police blotter or whatever, certain things won't. I'm sure. So
yeah.
we'll try both.
I mean, you're a federal agent.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, just logging as DHS, like looking for potential terrorist connections. Yeah, I'll do that. Try and get the police report.
Police report.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I was looking up, because this says that they're the Tallahassee Bureau. But
But it's a Tampa
newspaper.
Tampa newspaper. Yeah. Tampa Bay.com.
I'm gonna call the newspaper and see if they're in the office.
Okay. Yeah, there's people in the office now. It's 9 a.m. Let's say. Oh, someone picks up. Hey, how may I help you?
Can I speak with Lawrence Mower or Mary Ellen Class?
Sure. Well, they're both here. Which one would you like to speak to?
I'll talk with Lawrence.
Okay, one moment. They put you click and the music plays and then comes on and says, hello?
Yeah, hi, this is Flo, and I emailed you and messaged you about the suspected hate crime on Ridge Avenue. I think I have some information that you might be interested in. Would you be willing to meet up?
Possibly. What is the information you have?
Well, I'd rather not say over the phone, but I really think that you're going to want to know.
This will be a persuade roll. He's going, you sound sane, but I don't know who you are, and I'm not sure why there would be such groundbreaking information that you couldn't share on the phone with me now as a lead.
59, and I am 40.
So, I mean, unless you can share the lead with me on the phone, then, you have to understand my position. I'm a news reporter.
I have drone and video footage of something over at that house.
Well, what do you mean something?
That's why we need to meet.
Yeah, that's still not enough information for me. Something? What do you mean something?
Let me give you my number, and why don't you get back to me?
Okay, I'll take your number. Takes your number. Well, have a nice day. Hangs up.
I'm going to call back and try to talk to the chick.
Okay, so you're heading to the police department? Or are you calling, or what?
No, I'm just trying to do it through the computer.
Oh, through the computer trying
like officially, basically, to get their police report.
Okay.
If I have to contact my coworker, who's probably at the office now, since it's Monday, I'll do that. If I can't just do it remotely. But I'll try and just do it remotely.
Okay.
It's like records request, I guess. Something like that, you know?
So if there's no plan to try to hack or break anything, this will be bureaucracy.
Oh, okay. Nope. Missed it by one.
You're finding it difficult to navigate through there, and it's asking for information that's like, it's being uncooperative.
Okay. I'll call or probably just message my coworker and see if he can do it. Tell him I'm like having connection problems, and I just need that police report.
Okay. Roll. So first off, all right. So you're asking him to help you
Get the police report.
hack into it, or just
Just
get it.
Yeah, just records request.
Okay.
Yeah.
So and you text him.
Yeah. Well,
So-
I'll email him or whatever. Yeah.
Email or
Yeah,
text.
whatever we have. We probably have like groups, whatever, like,
Okay. He responds back like, "What do you need this information for?"
Oh, that's a good question.
Come on, man! You're putting my balls on the line here. Messages.
I'll just say personal project. So I'll say it's weird and it's gonna sound kind of kooky because it's like seems like it has occult overtones.
Occult overtones. OMG.
I don't want to say.
Okay.
But you know how some of these groups are. They love Spirit Destiny crap, whatever. They're into all that kind of stuff.
All right. Roll a persuade
All right.
through your texting. With a +10 because you're friends with this guy.
I feel.
Okay.
I don't have any of these things today. Like my chances of success are very slim on everything.
So that checks. So then 1d3 lost from that bond as
Okay.
he's like, look, man,
One.
All right. He goes, man, I usually got your back, man, but I mean, you're having me go into official police records that we don't even have jurisdiction for. And he's like, sad face. And then, sorry, man, I can't help you.
Okay. I'll just do a public records request for it,
Okay.
which will probably take a long time, but I'll do it.
It'd be like, it would take like a couple days, or if you try to push it, it could be a couple hours, but there's the chance of if it fumbles or fails, there could be like official review.
Right. No, I'll
You
just,
know that.
I'll just let it go through normal bureaucracy.
All right. Okay. All right. So it's saying we're processing your request. And this you've given your ID or your
No, just normal.
just normal public.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I call back to the news station to talk to Mary Ellen Class.
You call, you're redirected, and then same setup. Hello, can I help you?
Yes, I just talked to Mr. Mower, and I really need to talk to you about this article that you wrote about the racially motivated vandalism. I've come across some really interesting information. I don't think that it's what you had thought. I think it's something different, and I'd really like to talk to you about it.
Okay, well, I don't have anything else going on right now, so what exactly is happening?
Can we talk in person?
Well, I don't know you. I don't
I
know
can come
you.
to the station.
Okay, all right. What time will you be coming by?
How soon can I get there?
An hour.
I'll see you in an hour.
Okay. Well, just go to the front desk and have them ring me.
Okay.
All right. Click. 11 a.m.
Do you want to go on your own? You want to come with? Or what are you going to tell them?
I want to show them the footage.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, man. I wouldn't show them everything. Maybe just the first bit. But, you know, bear in mind, like, you're showing this to a reporter.
Yep.
There's a certain amount of plausible deniability because it's, yeah, these things can be easily faked.
You know, right now we're just people that are looking to buy a house and are
Right.
freaked out.
Right. That's true. Okay. So I'll give her the just the drone, the initial, not my cell footage, but the drone footage.
Okay.
Yeah.
All of it, just both the.
No, just the drone footage.
Yeah, but the part where you see the
Yeah.
shadow and knot, or the part where it's going away and you see this thing scurry around the corner, or all
The
of it.
whole thing. Whole
Okay.
recording. Yeah, I guess I'll go with. I'm not gonna go in, but I'll wait.
All
There's
right.
more things to explain. You can tell him your husband's like a, what you call it, gadget freak or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you're there by noon. Front desk. Hi, can I help you?
Yes, I had an appointment with Mary Ellen Class.
I think she mentioned something. Let me go ahead and ring her, message her. She does that. She goes, go ahead, straight down the hall, and you'll see her office there, her name on it. You come to a tiny little cubicle, and you see a woman sitting there typing, and looks up and, hi, can I help you?
Yes, so I explained the whole story about looking to buy a house and that my husband, you know, kind of a gadget guy, and he was looking at the area with his drone to kind of see how private the area is. And
Well, that doesn't sound very private for him to want to be private. You see her take out a pad and kind of writing things as you're talking.
one of our concerns was your article about the racially motivated, because I am part of a biracial couple.
Ah, okay.
And so we were sort of just looking, and we saw something. The drone caught something that we
Well,
can't really explain. And I was hoping that you would have some information.
she's trying to be kind, and she's kind of like, well, okay, so what is it exactly that you captured?
I show her.
She takes it and she looks at it, and she's catching it. I don't really see anything.
You don't see anything.
Well, I mean, am I supposed to see something? This is someone else's house, right? This is the. Can you show me like what I'm supposed to see?
I point out the shadow.
Oh. Well, I mean, what was it? Like an animal or something, or?
It struck me as odd. How do you know that this was a racially motivated thing? Could there be something else going on? We don't want to buy this house.
Are you from Florida?
No.
Okay. We believe it's racially motivated because the police believed it was racially motivated. We just asked them. Now, if your husband and you are talking about cryptids, is this where we're going here? Is this supposed to be aliens or something? Or I don't want to offend you.
I am not the expert on this. I'm just somebody that doesn't want to move to a neighborhood if there's some weird Florida stuff going on here.
Well, I mean, we have strange wildlife. There's, there's snakes. I mean, there's people think they see skunk apes. So roll a persuade.
Nope.
It really could have been anything. I mean, it does look creepy. I will tell you that it looks creepy. But if I were to report this without anything more than this, then it would just be like any of the other people who have seen shadow people. And
people see shadow people?
we see a lot of things over here in Florida. And there was a story, was maybe a month ago, that someone had seen someone, like a shadow person, walking on the side of the highway down one of the highways on the way to Florida in the swampy area. I mean, there's things like that all the time. Now, was it a shadow person or a skunk ape or an alien? We don't know.
Well, then maybe I do need to go to the police on this.
I mean, you're always free to do that, ma'am. I do thank you for coming in and sharing this with me. And if anything extreme happens, I would love to see and hear about it. But, and she kind of hands back the footage. I mean, we get people every day who have seen things like
What are you
this.
talking about extreme?
Well, if there's going to be a picture of some monster, we want to see the whole monster, not just something out of the corner of our eye or something. You know, I mean, it is sensational. But like I said, really, people here see things all the time. There are stories all the time about cryptids and about shadow beings, all kinds of...
Can you recommend somebody to talk to that might be more knowledgeable about cryptids if this is what I am seeing?
I think there's plenty of places online that cater to that sort of thing. We're a little more reputable than that. And I hate to sound rude and condescending, but I really I wish you both the best of luck. I hope you do move here. It is a beautiful neighborhood, and what happened to that family has not happened before. This was what was this, a week ago, a week and a half ago? I don't know, but there were no troubles at all. So, I mean, do you know that place that they redeveloped used to be a scrapyard? That whole area, now it's beautiful houses. I wish you luck, but I need to get back to what I was working on.
Okay, thank you for your time.
Anytime. And she gets back to work. And you were in the car outside of the newspaper building. 12 p.m., so it was noon.
I guess while I'm waiting, I want to try and look up what was there before, you know.
All right.
If I know, like, I could, I don't know if you can look at cached Google Maps stuff. You probably can. Like, go back years and look at, you know, I don't know when they started doing Google Maps. Like, go back 8 years, 10 years.
I wonder if it would be
And,
anything you could find with GPS or something, like
yeah. I would just get, you know, I'd look it up now by address, get the GPS, and then go back. And if there is like cached older versions, I don't know if there is or not, but either way, just trying to figure out what was there before. If it was a scrapyard, then it was a business, so it probably would have an address. So
Okay.
just start there.
Searching through your phone, you know, you're savvy on this. You're a computer expert. So it doesn't take very long to find some mention that where this housing development was, before that, it was a scrapyard from 1913 until 1988 when it closed down. And it's owned by Quadmark Housing, which is where they basically bought the house from.
So the development is owned by Quadmark Housing.
Yeah.
Right. I guess I'll start looking into Quadmark Housing. Well, what is there anything about the scrapyard, like a Joe scrapyard? Or,
It was
automotive scrapyard.
Yeah, family owned.
Okay. So probably multi-generational, being around that long.
Yeah.
Um,
Not much on it, so
yeah, just see if
you
there's
know,
any news hits on it. I guess if there's any.
not really. There was just, you know, in '88 there was talk that it was closing down. You know, they were giving it up, the family, and sold the property to real estate investment company.
So I'm in the car now after talking to the...
Yeah, you get back in the car.
So I wonder if we could like post the picture of that thing on the door and post it in like a chat room and see if that gets any hits.
Yeah. Maybe
With some,
if there's anyone talking about shadow people.
we could do it with anonymously.
Yeah, I mean, I was just gonna say, like, is it a wise idea to propagate that symbol? But it's on the news.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're not. We're looking for context, not giving it context. So. Yeah, that is a great idea.
Okay. So I'm gonna post that on a chat room under a pseudonym with a made up email.
The symbol on the door?
The symbol, and anyone see anything with shadow people type thing.
Okay.
See if we get any hits on that.
All right. So you have posted that through your phone, I assume?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's posted.
I just like to. Well, I don't know exactly what we're doing right now. Should we head back to the hotel, or do you want to drive while I?
Yeah.
Figure on the phone or tablet or whatever I have.
Okay.
I just want to look into Quadmark housing, so I'll share that with you too. So yeah, I looked at the scrapyard. Nothing weird. Just probably passed down through the family, and then until it went out of business in '88, and then this Quadmark housing developed the area into what it is now. The house wasn't occupied until the Berniers moved into it, bought it, and moved into it.
Okay.
So yeah, I want to look into Quadmark housing.
All right. So as you're driving back to the motel, traffic is lighter today, or on the way back. So you get there at 1:30, so it didn't take as long. In that time, you look into it. They have investments and properties and stuff kind of all around the country. They've been around for 50 years, and there hasn't been anything strange, nefarious, anything like that. They just buy properties that people want to sell, get rid of, usually businesses, scrap yards, things like that. No kind of pings of anything suspicious. And so you're back at the Super 8.
If it's anything to do with the land, you think it wouldn't just be affecting these people, but who knows? Like,
So I think we have to discuss what we think about contacting the Berniers directly.
yeah,
Again.
I know. I think that's probably one of the only steps we have left. Nothing else seems to present itself.
So how do you think we should do that?
Well, the only thing I can think of is as Department of Homeland Security, we can gin up something about that symbol maybe being related to terrorist groups. Start asking them a bunch of quote-unquote routine questions, that sort of thing.
Okay.
That's the only angle I can think of. That could get us very far with them, and still without really disclosing anything. But not really at liberty to say what it might be. And since there's already the racism angle, then we could it could just be some sort of like domestic terrorism group.
Did we verify whether Tim went into work today?
Today, I don't know. I know he'd gone to work. I don't think we verified anything that happened at the house today after last night.
I think I'd like to call his office and just verify if he actually made it into work today. So
If they'll disclose that.
Well, if I ask to talk to him.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. You call the office.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And picks up. Hi, may I help you?
Yes, I was needing to talk with Tim Bernier.
Hold on 1 second here. Let me put you on hold for a second.
Thank
Clicks
you.
on, the music's playing. Plays for a couple minutes. And then there's a click. Hi, Tim here.
Sorry, Tim, wrong number.
Oh, then you hang up on him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So we know that he made it into work.
All right.
So whatever
So anything? Yeah.
entered the house.
Didn't have any discernible effect. They're not concerned about anything.
Okay. So
It's 1:45.
when do you think we should go over to the house?
What is it? A Sunday? Right? No, it's Monday.
It's Monday.
Monday.
Well, do we want Tim to be home or not? I want Tim to be home, so then it would probably have to be in the evening.
After dark?
It probably doesn't get dark till 8, right? Time of year. You go in the early evening.
Or later?
Yeah, or even later. Maybe 6 or 7. Although I don't know if that would seem weird,
Why?
just coming out that hour.
Homeland Security runs 24 hours.
Sure.
You think closer to dinner time?
Yeah.
Or go in the afternoon and ask her to call him back?
Have him. Or just. Or there's an opening to come back again if we need to come back again.
Okay, why don't we go now? Maybe before the kids get home from school.
Okay.
Well, you remember that they're out for the summer.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the kids are home. What would I think would be standard equipment that, like, an investigation like this would it be normal for people to have a camera to document things?
If you're going after the hate crime angle?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would say so.
I think maybe a makeshift throw together evidence kit. You know, I have all that in my
Oh, okay. Yeah.
med kit.
What
So
if we stop somewhere to buy a camera? Legal pads to write on, or just something decent like a folio. Take notes.
So I have some of the stuff that we'd need in my med kit.
All right. Then let's just grab a camera.
Okay.
So you have to go somewhere to get a camera, or either one of you have a camera?
I don't think I would have
I
one.
don't- I don't
Have to go
have
somewhere
one.
and just buy one.
Okay. You are able to do that, yeah.
Okay.
You find a store, like just a regular camera, like a digital camera?
Just a digital camera. Yeah,
Okay.
Nothing crazy.
All right. But something better than a cell phone
Right.
to take photos.
Right.
I do have flashlight, rubber gloves.
Going out, finding a place, be able to find a digital camera. At this point, it's a standard expense, and it's $230 by the time you're done getting the equipment you think you're going to need.
Then we'll head over.
Heading over to Bernier's.
Divvy up whatever. I'll get some nitro gloves to put in my pocket and stuff like that. I'll have my ID. Nothing hanging around my neck or anything. And I'll say I'll provide ID. If they ask to see yours, you lost your bags at the airport. Airport misdirected your bag. If it comes up, otherwise, don't offer anything.
Okay, that's where you're heading. Takes about a half hour to get there. It's 3 p.m. when you pull up in front of the Bernier home.
I wish we knew more, but I just one of the things that would probably be good as one of our goals, I think, would be maybe to get them to leave. You think? Like if it came down to showing them some of that footage, maybe. We'll just have to play it by ear.
Maybe we can put them up in a motel room.
I don't see why they wouldn't have like maybe taken the summer off, to be honest, but or they just don't, you know. It's one of those things where like we're not gonna let people scare us off. I don't know.
Okay, I'll follow your lead in there.
All right. So yeah, we'll
Just walk up the walkway. The gate's open,
Oh, okay.
and there's a walkway leading up to the front door. And you go up to the front door, and it's the gray door, and you do see that symbol etched into the wood, but it's been cleaned or repainted gray.
Okay. Is there what kind of doorbell or?
It's a knocker.
Just a knocker. Oh, so pretty low tech. Okay, so I'll go ahead and knock.
Okay.
Oh, hang on. We're gonna get prepared here.
Yeah, you hear motion and something come in. Door opens, and Evelyn Bernier. Hi. Can I help you?
Okay, Evelyn.
Yes.
I'll pull out my ID. I'll go. Edward Sang, Department of Homeland Security.
Ah, okay.
I was hoping to have a word with you.
Yes, please.
Oh, well,
We've-
excellent.
we've been-
Is your husband at home too?
No, he works until 5.
Oh, okay. No problem. We just wanted to ask some questions, and if you don't mind, document some of the damage that was done.
Great. The police were out here the day it happened, but we were sort of expecting that this might turn into a larger situation.
Well, when something gets labeled a hate crime, it is a ping on our radar, so to speak. So I'll start and I'll take a picture of the door and everything else. I'll kind of like run a finger along it, you know, and just go. So to your recollection, did this look like something that was cut into the wood?
It's definitely cut into the wood. Now, when everything happened, there was this goop and stuff inside of the symbol dripping down, and we found out that whoever did this had killed some animals and used their effluvia and blood and things like that to smear around in the symbol. So that was pretty upsetting.
Were there animal carcasses here?
We didn't find
Oh,
anything,
okay. So
but
this was something they brought with them, possibly.
I guess I've never even heard of something like that. I've heard of other things, that these sort of people do to intimidate people, but I've never heard of them using blood and guts and stuff. And she's visibly upset by this.
Well, sometimes anything to instill fear in their victims.
I just don't understand. We've lived here for 7 years. The house was built for us, so we've been here. She's visibly shaken.
So why don't we go sit down in your living room? Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely. But we have the air on. It's awful out
yeah,
there.
it's a bit warm.
Are you from around here?
No, we just flew in today.
Ah. Go ahead and have a seat. So you come in through the doors, and there is that walled off section that has the steps going up. And you know that on the other side there's like a bathroom, and then an open concept area past that. And there's couches and things and a TV. And you have a seat on the suede couch. And you hear ruckus upstairs.
I'll just start writing some notes. I'll sit down and just be like, so this happened on the 5th, and I'm just kind of like doing that thing where I'm like flipping through papers and going, okay.
Would you like something to drink? Either one of you?
Oh, no, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Okay. We have soda, tea.
Soda's fine.
Okay. I'll be right back. And she walks in. The kitchen's open, so it's not like going in another space. Mm-hmm. It's just off to the left. So she goes in there, and you hear her open the fridge. You see drawings stuck to the fridge